juice is always so much more delicious. We are finally bottling up our apple cider vinegar. It was ready a while ago, but we just haven't had a chance to strain it out and put it into containers. We were supposed to strain out all the pulp and then put it back in the container and stir it every day, but I didn't do that. But it still looks really good. It smells like apple cider vinegar, so hopefully it will be fine. Looks fairly disgusting, but that's just because it was a pulp, not apple chunks. We're gonna strain it all off and put them in these buckets. These are from Paul's work, and they'll be fine for the animals. We made this apple cider vinegar with the leftover apple scraps from pressing our apple juice to make hard apple cider. You can find that video here. And if you want to watch the video and how we started off this process to make our apple cider vinegar, you can find that link here. Can you lift it up? So we're just straining it out into these 20-litre buckets, and that way we can use it to put in the chickens' water, and we also give some to the sheep. And and we'll be giving. How do we give it to the sheep? We mix it on the grains.
Yeah.
Why do we give it to the sheep?
It's good for gut health.
And also improves immunity too, immune system. Yep. So there we were talking about why we use apple cider vinegar, and we've been reading this Pat Coleby book, Natural Sheep Care. She's got another one called Natural Farming. And so this is what we're trying to follow as we establish ourselves, trying to care for our sheep organically and naturally without the use of pharmaceutical drugs. And the reason why we use apple cider vinegar for our sheep is to maintain the correct pH. Now, a few people argue this. I see it in my Natural Mums page, I see it in my Natural Farming pages, saying that apple cider vinegar actually doesn't maintain pH and can cause an imbalance. But we're going to run with it. She's had amazing results with this method. She's had a lot of experience, and a lot of other farmers have followed her method and have had amazing success. We have also found another farmer who drenches with apple cider vinegar, garlic and molasses and has had 0 worm count. So we are going to follow his protocol now that we have our sheep at a 0 egg count. If we can follow his protocol, we're hoping to maintain the 0 egg count, and that way we don't need to use pharmaceutical worming solutions. So we're expecting to use quite a lot of apple cider vinegar this year, not just for our sheep but our chickens, and then we're hoping to get cows at some stage this year too, so we will use it for them too. So maybe 60 litres isn't going to be enough, but we plan to continue to make more with our produce bins that we collect. We often get a lot of apples in there that we feed to our pigs, but if we find that we're chewing through the apple cider vinegar, we thought we could make some more with those apples. So yeah, this is our farm experiment. This is real life, new homesteaders learning the ropes on how to farm organically and naturally. So keep following along, guys, because yep, it is an adventure and it doesn't always go to plan. Yeah. So that's these 2 batches. I can show you. Different colours, but it was the same deal. I'm not sure why they're different colours. But they are for the animals. And then we've got one more batch for us, which we'll put into sterilised bottles. How do you get? There's 1 bucket done. Still got a bit more to strain. So I finished the bucket. There's a little bit down the bottom, but I'm just going to leave that there. We've got about 35 litres so far. We've still got this bucket to strain out. So now we're just double straining this apple cider vinegar back into the tub because we need to stir it every day for 3 weeks. We were hoping to skip this step, but when we tasted it, it was still very sweet. So we need to make it turn into a vinegar. So hopefully the stirring will do that. I don't know, I don't understand the science behind it. But from everything that I've read, we need to stir it every day for 3 weeks for it to be able to turn into vinegar. So we've been getting this sludge in the bottom of the apple cider vinegar buckets. Now I think this is because we had it pulp instead of just cutting up the apples. We will try and remove this after the next step, which is fermenting it for 3 weeks and stirring it every day. But for the animals, I don't see this being an issue if it doesn't spoil the vinegar, if it doesn't go moldy or rancid. But for us, because we've got a separate barrel that we made for ourselves, for us, I could see it becoming maybe a little unpleasant in the texture when you add it to like a dressing or something like that. So we will fine strain ours. I want to make a fire cider with it, and certainly I would want it fine in there too. So I don't see it becoming an issue as long as it doesn't go rancid, but we will try our hardest to strain out all the little bits after the next stage. All up, we got a little over 60 litres for the animals. So that's pretty good. That should last us all year.